Well met, guys, and we're back again for Cycle 2 eHL Season number 1, and that is the Road to Northrend. My name is Larc, and with me is none other than Katips, and we have a pretty interesting best out of 3 here. And I believe this is gonna be whether or not we get to see Helda continue his winning streak, or if he's gonna lose. It's Helda versus Boonhammy. How are you doing, Katips? Katips? Hello? Okay, I think we kind of lost him back there, so I'm just gonna have to talk a little bit to myself. And okay, so anyways, guys, if you are just tuning in, this is eHL, eGTV Hearthstone League, season number 1, the Road to Northrend. Again, I'm just gonna reiterate that. We've got a lot of Hearthstone action packed here today. We've got 2 groups that we're gonna be covering. We are covering this group first, by the way, and this group is Group F. We are going to be covering Group G later. Group F is going to be consisting of Boonhammy, AI2TTO, Heldacarite, V Vieira, and all these players we have. Out of all these players, we only have 1 Thailand player, and the rest are Singaporean. So the Thailand player being AI2TTO. So it's gonna be a pretty interesting matchup. We're gonna see Singaporeans versus Singaporeans, and now Helda had a pretty good showing with his Zoo deck, and we all know Zoo deck is just so damn annoying, and it's just really hard to deal with. So it's gonna be a pretty interesting matchup here. I believe he's probably gonna open up with his Zoo deck again because it's just really difficult to face against. And as for Boonhammy, though, we did see a bit of his decks earlier on, and that's because he did kind of lose that best out of 3. We saw 2 of his decks, and if I'm not mistaken, we saw the Warlock deck, which was pretty interesting, plus his Paladin deck there. And unfortunately, his Paladin deck wasn't enough to deal with the powerful plays there by AI2TTO with his Druid, just very strong. And this one's gonna be pretty interesting for sure. Hopefully we have Katips back. Is he back yet? Okay, maybe he's not, so just going to have to wait for a bit while he gets back. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the game so far as much as we are, because we definitely are enjoying it to a really good extent here, because there's a lot of interesting plays and very interesting decks as well. We did kind of see that interesting mage deck, although there was a couple of misplays there, especially with that, the Flame Strike, aka Skill Strike, not coming out when it should have. And yeah, it just seems pretty unfortunate that we won't be able to see a upset yet, or at least a 3-game series. So far, we've only been seeing best out of 3, all the way going into the favor of 1 player, 2-0-2-0. So Boonhammy, is he gonna be able to come back into this? Only time can tell. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this first game is gonna go.
Hello guys, Babel here. Katips is unfortunately disconnected. He is struggling with the daily struggles of the Philippines internet, and I am waiting for him to come back, of course, but we're not going to delay. So we're going to start this first game. I'll take over as caster. Hope you guys can bear with me. Of course, he's a guy with a lot more clout than I do, so please don't bash at me too much. I'm just making my appearance here. It's not as if I want to be here. Just so we understand that. But yeah.
Not like you want to be here?
Yeah, I don't want to be with Larc anymore. I'm kind of done with Larc.
Same.
Bye-bye. But yeah, moved on. But yeah, anyway, no, it's just that I've been doing production, so it's a very good synergy. It's actually fantastic, the synergy that we have here with 2 caster. 1 guy just focus on whatever stuff that we need to do back end. Yeah, but unfortunately Katips not here, so I'm not going to drag this any longer. First game's going to start, and who do you think is going to play what?
Well, I actually think that the Zoo deck 100% is going to be coming out for Helda. I mean, like, it was just so strong. Why not stop the... why stop his winning streak when, he knows that Zoo deck is just so difficult to counter against. And it seems like, I think that the Paladin is going to be making an appearance here. And it's pretty funny, he actually names his Paladin deck Shimmer. And I think that's because of the bubbles and the way that he has a lot of, buffs, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's definitely one of the main factor here coming in from Boonhammy. It's a very interesting Paladin deck, of course, and we'll like to see, you know, what kind of strategy could play here against the Zoo. We did see a lot of good healing potential in this previous, you know, game against who was that? Correct, AI2 TTO, and he did pretty well there. Although I didn't really catch the series because I was busy working on my end here. But that said, I'm really excited to see how the Zoo deck is going to fare against this very interesting deck that we see here today.
Yep, for sure. And I think here it's going to be a pretty good match. Heldacarite has a really good starting hand, although he doesn't have his shield bearer, so that's a little sad to see. Although, Young Priestess is really going to make her entrance here, I believe. And that's going to be a pretty interesting one.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, Young Priestess is very good. It's good beyond the comprehension of most people because it is gonna be able to just heal or rather give extra toughness to the minions across the board here. Although it's random, you can actually kind of control it a little bit. But I like this knife jug play. It sets up the you know, the motion here for Boonhammy. Of course, it forces the Flame Imp to trade with this knife jug, and if he does that, he's actually gonna lose some value. Because you know that Flame Imp actually has got Battle Cry dealing 3 damage to himself, so that's effective to Knife Jack hitting the face and addressing the Flame Imp, so that's pretty good there. The only problem here is that Heldacarite already has got his own Knife Jack on the field, and Boonhammy, no turn to play, gonna have to use the Dude Summoning Machine here.
Yeah, for sure. I think here is a pretty instant play of a Young Priestess. And tap, he could also Dire Doggy if he wants. Oh, he doesn't get the dagger, so I guess he should play Dire Wolf and hope that the dagger hits the 1/1.
Yep.
And let's see. No.
He actually clicked on the dude to just come on, knife, but it doesn't work that way. Anyway, unfortunately. Well, the good thing is that he goes first, which means that even if he plays doggy, he's okay at turn 3 because turn 4 is gonna happen only 1 turn later, and Boonhammy will not be able to consecrate the board right now, so that's fine. So we do see the dude actually just killing off the Young Priestess, and on the other hand, he also plays the Scarlet Crusader. That's pretty good combination here, or rather synergy, because the 3/1 you cannot really kill it. It still has got a bubble there. The knife jug really just hates this Paladin's face.
We go.
Does it again? Yep, there we go. This
God.
knife jug really just want to deconstruct and reconstruct Boonhammy's face here. This is just so aggressive. This is not correct. But
yeah,
of course, he is now left without much of a choice. He should go for face. That's it. Just accept it as it is, and incoming consecration value.
Yep, and it's so sad for him because that's a huge 3/1 minion on the board. Plus, it has a bubble, and there's no way for him to effectively deal with the bubble yet. And all he has is a Lord Walker Troll. The thing is, imagine if he played Lord Walker Troll now, he would have gotten a free consecrate.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would have given him a bit more steam, but it's definitely better than what he has right now, and I kind of like that concept there. But now Boonhammy actually trades out the Scarlet Crusader, and he leaves his 3/1 on the board. We do see a Argent Commander coming in for Heldacarite, and also Doom Guard. So I guess Lord Walker True here is just gonna be salty.
Yeah, he is. I mean, you know, actually, this is like the worst combination you can have for Heldacarite because the Argent Commander can only be played at turn 6 and Doom Guard can be played at turn 5. So imagine if you have something nice to be played at turn 5, you can actually throw it off first. But it doesn't really matter now since the next turn he will have 6 mana, so it's not as bad as it would be as it is as a starting hand. So seems like I believe his next play is definitely gonna be that Argent Commander without a doubt. We're probably gonna see the true Silver Champion attack Lord Walker Troll right after he sacks his own minion into the 2/1.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty good play because he actually heals him. He heals him up for like 1 extra health there. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's a misplay. You could have killed the minion first and then attacked into it and not take 1 damage.
Yeah, in that case, yes. But we also have the Archie Commander coming here from Heldacarite, and that's gonna deal 4 damage. And it seems that the aggression is still on. Boonhammy has got Avenging Wrath but no lay on hands. Even if he has that, it's not gonna help him much. But look at that, Sun Walker though. That's gonna help him a lot in terms of stopping off this aggression from Heldacarite here.
Yeah, but Heldacarite does have the perfect answer here, and it's gonna be pretty sad for him if he plays, like, if he's gonna play the Sunwalker, which I think he's probably gonna do. Like, I don't think he wants to trade bubble for bubble with the. Oh, he's actually gonna Avenging Wrath. Okay, I guess that's also a fine play since he knows that that will 100% die. But after that, he doesn't have any mana, so he has to attack face if he wants to heal back up to 13 life.
Yep. And it seems like this is a very aggressive paladin deck that Boonhammy is bringing here today, and or rather the way he just brings it here. It's or rather the way he plays it here. It's just not the standard kind of a paladin you like to expect, because they normally just are very obsessed with control. This guy here, he doesn't care, and we have Heldacarite thinking really carefully if you want to throw away both Defender of Argus as well as his Shattered Sun Cleric just to play the Doom Guard. It's not going to be worth it, and he cannot really play Defender of Argus and the Shattered Sun Cleric individually because that's not going to provide much of any value. He's just in a very tight spot right now.
Yeah, I actually think that he should just play the naked Sunwalker there and then taunt it up.
Naked Sunwalker, there we go, Larc.
Yeah, because
naked Sunwalker, fantastic fantasy you have there.
No, I mean because like I say naked because you're not gonna use the battle card. He's actually gonna opt to do this.
This is great. Soulfire. That's okay. That's instant use, no doubt there. +5. Yep, that's 9. So effectively, if Boonhammy cannot kill this 5/7, he's dead.
Well,
unless
he has Sunwalker.
Sunwalker. Yeah, unless he plays Sunwalker. That's fine. Sunwalker is pretty good. Iron Big Owl is not gonna do jack here. He gets Sunwalker.
Oh my god! But here's the thing: if he gets another. If he top decks another Soulfire,
yeah, we all know that Zoo decks you generally run 2 Soulfire, so that's great. Nothing too surprising for Heldacarite unless he top stack that, like you said, and he is in a very good spot. He's somewhat in the driver's seat, but of course this can flip around very quickly. Boonhammy is still not out of this game, and if you look at that Sunwalker 6-drop, that's a default play there. He can also Equality Consecrate, but I don't like that play. Generally, he needs to set up some form of defense against, charged minions and stuff like that, because there's also the oh my god, it's gonna do it.
Oh, that's bad.
Okay, what if he top stack another Argent Commander? He's still dead. That's the problem there.
Yeah, exactly.
And nope, it's a Shoe Bearer. That's fine. That's fair. But he still has the ability to life tap here, and we don't know what Heldacarite's thinking. Heldacarite's thinking he might just die. Okay, there we go. He's playing very, very vicariously. What I would say. Yeah. Live life vicariously. So Boonhammy now will have the opportunity to survive for 1 extra turn. Wow. Okay. Does he? The question is, he doesn't have enough mana.
Oh no, he doesn't have mana. Damn.
He can sort of justice here for sure. Iron Big Owl, and that's gonna help him advance his cost a little bit. If he decides that he needs to set up a taunt, which he should have already done so the previous turn, he should play Sunwalker as well. Yeah, definitely.
But I think here he's kind of in the back foot. Honestly, here he probably is going to just Sunwalker.
Yep.
And then Iron Big Owl the 0/5 because he can't try to be a little bit more aggressive.
He can be funky here because you don't know what's gonna come out next. But I mean, he was funky the previous turn, so yep. Okay, he's damn lucky. There we go. The Direwolf doggy there would have killed him.
Okay, let's see.
If you went with my play, the Sword of Justice and the Iron Big Owl play, he would definitely be able to. Yeah, he would have died. 1-3, yep, died.
Here he can still pop the bubble, but
Doomguard.
There we go.
Okay, he can pop the bubble, he can kill it off, but can he deal the damage? That's the question. He pops the bubble there, and it's gonna use a Doomguard to pick it off and deal 3 damage, but still no lethal here. And yeah, I mean, this is exactly why I don't really like playing Equality Consecrate just now. It could be a misplay, but that's fine. Yeah, we have Boonhammy down to 1 health.
Yeah, all Heldacarite needs to draw into is either Archon Commander or a.
Actually, he wins here, Boonhammy.
Yeah, because there's really no way that he can effectively deal with all these minions unless he gets
he wins. Hammer of Wrath. There we go. Boom.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
throwing the hammer to the face. But even if he doesn't top deck the Hammer of Wrath, he can easily Argent Commander. Owl knock off the 1/1, and that's gonna deal 4 damage anyway. So that said, we have Boonhammy winning the first game, and Katips is back, guys.
Yep.
Hello, I'm back.
Yes.
Representing my team, Third World Gaming, in style, of course, just as I'm being introduced, getting cut off.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna take my leave here, back to production, so I hope that you enjoy this cast by both Katips and Larc, and see you guys again when I'm needed.
When he's needed, alright. Yeah, man. Katips, did you catch the tail end of that previous game?
Yeah, I did. That was pretty interesting. Lots of very, very low health for both players, and it's pretty interesting though. It's just down to who top decks the best answer to what's on the board. So pretty exciting Doomguard, pretty exciting Hammer of Wrath to end it. It was down to either Soulfire or some sort of direct damage. So in this case, it was in the favor of the Hammer.
Yeah, the Hammer is just too strong, and unfortunately, the Zoo deck actually loses out to this very interesting Paladin deck here. So unfortunately for him, he's gonna be forced to swap up one of his swap up his decks to either the Druid or his Warrior deck, and it's kind of interesting. He actually named his Warrior deck Navi Hovost. So that is actually pretty damn interesting, because I guess it just means he wants to go very aggressive and all towards the face, just like a hard carry would do.
Does that mean it's a Reynad aggro deck?
I believe it is. There is definitely a lot of signs there as to how it is kind of the Reynad deck, but it's pretty hilarious because, well, we'll just let the viewers see, because it's very interesting. So
very interesting indeed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to this next thing. What do you think Boonhammy's... Well, not Boonhammy, sorry. Helda is probably going to bring here?
Well, I'm thinking he's going to go Druid, because Warrior against Zoo is, I think, a little bit weaker. At least with Druid, he has a lot of options. He has the Watchers to stop the Zoo. To stop the aggression. Unfortunately, there's a lot more value with the Consecrate Equality combo against Druid because of how big their minions are. But let's see how this plays out. Here we go. Game 2, Heldacarite bringing his Druid against Boonhammy's aggressive Paladin.
Yep, his Paladin, though, starting off with a really good starting hand there. Argent Squire. He does have the next extra bubble. Wow, okay, a little bit phased there. Yeah, probably gonna just play his Argent Squire, and there we go. Well met. Coming out, and
so Larc, would you call this a naked Agent Square?
No, I wouldn't call it naked Agent Square. I mean, it does come out with full value, so to speak. But this is pretty interesting, though. Look at Heldacarite's hand. He actually is running with a young priestess of his own.
That is very interesting. He doesn't, and he's also running an owl as a third or possibly fourth silence. Very unusual Watchers deck. I've never seen Young Priestess in a Watchers deck before, so let's see what he does with it. There's not many low-cost targets for Heldacarite in a Druid deck unless he's also pecking squares himself.
Yeah, for sure. Now, it's kind of it's very interesting. I guess you could see some synergy there from the Young Priestess with taunted up Ancient Watchers, because it'll be just really damn hard to break through. But there you go, the shield that got popped, the coin gets wasted, and out comes another shield, and Heldacarite is probably thinking to himself, well, that just pretty much sucks right now.
Bros to the rescue, to the girlfriend of the bros. We are seeing a lot of synergy between Argent Squire and the Paladin's many bros. So Heldacarite chooses to play Mark of the Wild on his Knife Juggler to see if he can stop some of this Paladin aggression.
Yeah, it seems that's actually a pretty decent play here. Although, turn 3, does Boonhammy even play? Yeah, he does. So Silence, there you go. Instant win. Silences the 3-2. He's probably going to run his own 2-2 into it. And
That's a good trade.
Yeah,
you really want to keep as much Divine Shield in play as possible.
Because you can always just make it even much more. You just buff it up like crazy. We saw in the very first best out of 3. He placed a Blessing of Blessing of Wisdom, was it, onto his Argent Square, and just could keep drawing cards every time he attacked.
That's right. So actually, looking at Heldacarite's hand now, he is playing an extremely... I think he was just giving us a troll. This isn't a Watcher's deck. He has Acolyte of Pain. He has Knife Juggler. He has Young Priestess. So this is a very unusual deck that you don't see very often. It's definitely not a Watcher's deck, it looks like.
Well, he does have Ancient Watchers in the deck, so don't get me wrong.
So it could be an aggressive version of the Watcher's deck?
Yeah, it just feels really weird in my opinion, honestly. But he's going to be able to get a huge presence support now because he has the bear form. Unfortunately for him, though, there is still a hammer.
Yep, so here's some of that synergy at play with the Young Priestess buffing up the Druid's big taunters. So let's see if that works out for him. How's Boonhammy's hand
Oh,
looking as a
blessing.
response to this?
Blessing of Kings. Although he doesn't have enough mana for Blessing of Kings plus the what do you call this? The hammer. But it seems like he's just gonna blessings this, kill
And
off
throws
it.
Owl
the-
into it. Yep.
Yeah. So that's just so much value. Like hell, I just feel that Boonhammy has been top decking every single answer against Heldacarite, if you've noticed.
That's
Like-
right. That's right.
Top deck after top deck, and I think he's gonna play again his Druid of the Claw here. Or possibly silence the minion. That's also a pretty good play. Silence it, attack into it, and still provide some sort of presence on the board.
Yep. He can just choose to take a bite out of the bro's girlfriend. See what that tastes like.
Yep. And the thing is, wow, okay, that just sounds
Maybe,
so wrong.
maybe salty. I don't know.
Oh god. Okay. Well. Okay, bro. We'll take
Alright.
a step back from that.
Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah, but okay. Here's the thing that I kind of wanted to ask you: if he did play the bear form there, I think he would have been in a pretty bad position. So that was the only option for him. But if you look at it, this looks like a good time for him to consecrate, seeing as to how Heldacarite only has like 2 cards in hand.
That's right.
Or do you
That's
think you would just hold on to consecrate and just not even use it?
Well, I think in my opinion, using consecrate is the best in a time when there is a lot of two health creatures to be hit. So we're now going into turn 6, going into turn 7, where there's a lot of beefier options for Druid. So he might choose to play. Well, he doesn't play, but anyway, if he chose to play consecrate there, I think now would be a good time because he gets a lot of value, clearing the 2 creatures that would be most affected by it.
Yep, exactly. I mean, and again, we're just theory crafting here. If he did have the consecrate, he would have used it. Yeah, it seems like it's looking pretty good though. I mean, this is actually pretty tough for Heldacarite because there's 2 shields in front of him that he has to deal with, and he really doesn't want to lose any of his minions. I guess here is the best time for him to play the Druid of the Claw.
That's
and
right.
hope that it gets buffed by the Young Priestess.
Well, he could choose to. Oh, he doesn't have enough mana. If he had 1 more mana, he could have run into one of the shields and used, got value with an extra card from his Wrath. Unfortunately, he was 1 mana less.
Now, unfortunately for him though, he doesn't need to sack both creatures because he has that Blessing of Might. So that's gonna be 6 damage alternatively. Well, okay, maybe he does have to now because the bear did get buffed up. I actually forgot to see that. So it's looking to be pretty good actually for Boonhammy.
Heldacarite. Oh, for Boonhammy.
Yeah, because he actually top decked the quality.
Right.
But I don't think he wants to use that. Yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and go with the safer play. Hammer plus the Blessing of Might, I believe, to kill off the 4/7.
Blessing of Might on Divine Shield is just so good.
Oh,
But he chooses to use Equality. Okay.
Okay. So he's gonna equality here and kill everything off. Okay, yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, that's a really good play. Although Mark of the Nature is gonna be coming out here. Now that's actually a pretty good card to have for his Young Priestess, and he can always pop the shield. It still has enough mana to pop the shield on the free one. Another
second Mark of Nature. Wow.
So I guess he could taunt it up this turn and then make it put damage on it the next turn. So
That's right.
that would be crazy. I mean, that's a really buffed up Young Priestess. Now all Boonhammy needs is just 1 silence. You should probably You should probably use this hero power here and kill off the free one though. I mean,
Yeah, that's right. That's
pop the
right.
shield.
And next turn, he has the option of buffing it up again just to get some health back.
Okay, so
He
there-
chooses to let it live.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Because now he's gonna be pretty sad-faced because that Blessing of Might is gonna get a lot of value here. Blessing of Might will definitely kill off this 2/5 as it does provide +3 damage. And Sunwalker will probably be the next play after that. And yeah, or he could alternatively just choose to not even sack the Scarlet Crusader, but he's gonna do it anyways. And now he's probably gonna just play the Sunwalker. I think there's really no other option here.
Yeah, Sunwalker, of course, is a good play, as we were talking about since yesterday. Lots of these big creatures with Taunt, lots of these big creatures with Divine Shield, providing a lot of value now that Tinkmaster has been benched.
Yep. Okay. Well, here he's gonna have to take 4 damage without a doubt. He's gonna take 4 damage, and then he's gonna Starfire the 4/5. I think. Honestly, he can't save the Starfire now for like killing like what do you call this? Killing. I mean, going for the face. He has to kill off the minions.
That's right.
So he gets another spell. So he's got a whole bunch of spells. This is actually looking pretty.
Not many
pretty
targets to throw those spells at.
Yep. It's actually pretty difficult right now for. Oh, but the fire from down under.
Our fire
Ragnarok.
be purged.
Oh my god, he's down to 9 life. He's down to 9 life. Now.
He is.
Okay, he can deal with this. He can deal with this. He has Wrath, he has Mark of Nature. But he's gonna have to use everything. Well, maybe not everything. Okay, so he's gonna Wrath this to 4 damage, so that's 6.
Mhm.
Wait, no, he's gonna taunt this up. Okay, interesting. 4/7. Wrath this into.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
That's a bit of a waste. And next turn, oh man. So he's in a bit of a critical spot because he obviously has to deal with Ragnaros. Unfortunately, he is down to 1 card, and Boonhammy still has a bit of options, and of course the life lead. So let's see if Boonhammy can close this out anytime soon. Oh, that's a very fortunate Argent Commander to come out right now.
Yep, it is. Because he still has Consecrate in hand. Now he just needs to make sure that the shield doesn't die here. So... okay, well... Boonhammy actually gonna just throw out the Sunfear Protector. That's very, very nice. And now there is really no way for Heldacarite to deal with this. What he could do here... What he could do is he could Raft that and then Starfire it. And then Hero Power Up. But the thing is, he definitely doesn't want to take damage here, I think.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so he's going to silence. I mean, not silence. He's going to Raft the 4/2.
Yep.
And get a card.
Maybe he can draw a card that give him a bit of an option.
If he gets swiped, that's really good.
Really good.
Yeah, but at the same time, also, yeah, he has to kill off 2 minions. So I guess, yeah, okay, he's going to Raft. Oh, he's going to Raft for 3 damage. Oh no, that's going to be game.
Uh-oh.
That's going to be game. That is game right there. Heldacarite, unfortunately, that is
He
game.
just gave up. It looks like he gave up in that last play.
Because Consecrate plus the Argent Commander is gonna win this game for Boonhammy. So wow, it seems the upset has come. Boonhammy, a 2-0 victory against Heldacarite. And Heldacarite, man, we thought he was gonna be able to continue his winning streak, but boy did he lose quickly here against Boonhammy. So Heldacarite's Zoo deck, I think he was relying a lot on that Zoo deck. A lot of questionable plays there by Helda, and it's really unfortunate for him.
This Paladin deck is very impressive. I like that it's doing so well. It's becoming to be a problem. All of those Divine Shield value minions, as we saw, he was Boonhammy was very careful in keeping as much Divine Shield on his minions as possible because he could see that Heldacarite was having trouble dealing with the shields, and he kept on coming. He just started putting down every possible Divine Shield in his deck, getting a lot of value from them, buffing the correct minions like the Argent Squire early on, and he got tremendous value out of those Divine Shields.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he really did. Like every single minion that he played practically got huge value in that game, honestly, and it just felt so hard. Like Heldacarite was constantly trying to fight an uphill battle, and the thing is, I think he was just, relying too much on his Zoo deck. I think he didn't have as much experience on his other decks because the way that they were crafted was a little bit iffy in my opinion, and it didn't seem like he had the option to, kind of get back into the game. So that's really unfortunate for him.
Yep, that's right. His Druid Dex build, as we mentioned, had a lot of lower cost creatures. Maybe that was his answer to dealing with early aggression. But unfortunately, the too strong. The Divine Shield was just too strong, and he couldn't fight back with all of those value minions that came out from Boonhammy.
I think the funniest play there was when Argent Squire came out. He popped the shield with the coin. The coin was ultimately wasted because he rebubbled that and then attacked the face again. So I think that was like the turning point as well.
Yeah, turn 2 turning point. That was pretty critical.
It's pretty insane. But nonetheless, guys, that was pretty quick. I think so far we've not witnessed a single game that has gone to 3 games. So guys, do stay tuned. We've still got a lot more Hearthstone action, and I believe the next game is going to be Viviera versus AI. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back.